Hey, I'm Raye Gordon. I'm a mother, online business owner, world traveler, contributor to some of the world's largest publications, and a business mentor for entrepreneurs that have stories to tell. Stick around if you want to learn how to create life on your own terms by building an online business and sharing your stories with the world. Okay, so let's talk about what happens when you feel like you've tried everything. So I noticed a while ago that it became a pattern that I was attracting clients and students and customers in my company who were saying this, who were coming to me, who were messaging me, inboxing, emailing, applying, saying that they feel like they've tried quote unquote everything. And it became a regular conversation that I was having with my clients and my students and people that were coming into my world. And I started saying the same things over and over and over because it's what I believe to be true. And it's how I look at this because I've been there and I've felt it myself early on in my building stage, in my growing stage, in that stage that we've all been in our businesses where we feel like we're putting in the work, putting in the hours, putting in the time, putting the effort, and we're not seeing that initial payoff that we are so craving, right? So I'm just going to share with you my take on it, what I believe to be true, and my perspective on it and how to work through that time if you're currently there, where you feel like you're trying everything, you don't know what to do next, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I will always say that. But here we go. If you feel like you have tried everything, there are people who would tell you to just try harder. Okay. And I know people like that. There are people that would say, just try harder. You haven't tried hard enough, right? Keep going. My take on it is this. I say, if you feel like you've tried everything, instead of looking at it as, you suck and you are just terrible at this game, you're terrible at sales, you're terrible at marketing, you're terrible at getting clients, blah, 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 blah. Why not look at it from the perspective of, I'm so glad I tried all of that and figured out what doesn't resonate with me, what doesn't work for me, what doesn't align with me. I'm so grateful for figuring all of that out and being at the point now where I'm still open to seeing what does work for me, what does feel better for me, what does feel more aligned with me. Because I'll tell you this, the first couple of years of my business, I tried so many things. And that's the thing. I think this is one of the things, those things that people don't talk about. We've all tried so many things. That's the only way we find the things that do feel right to us, that do feel good to us. I tried so many sales tactics. I tried so many different techniques and tools and things that, people around me said you had to do, or this worked best. Like I tried so many things. And sure, there was times where I would beat myself up and I would get down about it. And I would look at all those things that didn't work as a negative thing. But somewhere along the way, I chose to stop beating myself up and I chose to look at it differently and go, you know what? I'm so damn grateful that all that stuff didn't work, because now it's only leading me closer and closer to the thing that does work. And then from that place, that's where it's most important to make sure you are open to seeing and following your next step. Because what I can promise you is this: as long as you stay open to seeing the next step for you and then trusting your gut, listening to your gut and your intuition and take that next step, you will find the thing that works for you. And all of a sudden you'll go from, I've tried everything, nothing's working, to, oh, this was my missing puzzle piece. This is how I've wanted to do things. This makes sense. This feels good. Because that will happen as long as you stay open and it is, as cheesy as it sounds, it is about you keep going. Like, here's what I believe as an entrepreneur: the only way you fail is if you quit. The only way you fail is if you give up. That is the only possibility for you to fail. It's literally only if you stop. So if you don't stop, you will not fail. Period. End of story. And that's the one thing that is in common with, everybody around me that's, multi-seven-figure entrepreneurs, my multi-millionaire friends, like, that are all lifting me up into their realm, into their level. Like, that's the common character amongst all of us. We're just relentless. Like I've been relentless towards what I want. And there's been the times where I could choose to beat myself up and never invest in another coach again, or never join another program again, or just be this crazy skeptic and, never take a chance on myself ever again. But I knew that by doing that, I wouldn't move closer to what I wanted. I wouldn't find the thing that did feel good to me. So I kept going. I kept hiring another coach. I kept joining another program. I kept trying things until I found the ways that I like to market, the ways I like to sell. I figured it out. I listened to my gut first and foremost, and I trusted when I met a coach or or found a program or found a course that felt good. I trusted myself. I went for it. I dove head first. And that was how I figured out how to run my business in a way that I loved, that I wanted, and that worked for me.
Hey, Lauren Gordon here. If you enjoyed this, be sure to visit artofsocialstorytelling.com. Find me on Facebook at Lauren Gordon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or find me over on Instagram at Lauren Gordon Official for more free resources and content on how to grow your online business through storytelling.